G'day, Steeler Nation. What's going on? It is my Monday, heading into a good week this week. Hope you guys had a good weekend over the weekend. And I guess you guys heading back to work and whatnot. But it is your summer, so hopefully you guys are enjoying that. I found some good news. Finally, I have found some good news. Now, look at this bloke here. So Vinnie, and I'll try and link his social media stuff too from Twitter. So maybe you can give him a shout out as well. Vinnie Iyer has reported the Steelers in a positive light for once. So this bloke has been with TSN since 1999. Not even sure what TSN is. What's TSN? You guys can probably let me know what that is. Is that like some sporting network? He's got a School of Journalism degree, 20 years as a writer, and I think he works now. Yeah, he works on Locked On Fantasy Football, so I might give him a shout out there too. But Vinny, mate, Mr. Vinny, mate, finally someone is seeing what all of Steeler Nation is seeing, right? Check this out. So he wrote in his column today, and he was grading the best off-season for all 32 teams. Now, you don't got to scroll too far. And I copied this from his website, and I will link the article in the description. You don't got to scroll too far, because when you scroll down, the Pittsburgh Steelers are number one. And he gives them here a grade A. He says, key additions: Broderick Jones from the draft, Isaac Seumalo, Allen Robinson, Holcomb, Roberts, Patrick Peterson, Joey Porter. He says the Steelers upgraded in all their key weaknesses, led by upgrading overall left side blocking in front of Kenny Pickett, Najee Harris. Holcomb will help them clean up much better on the second level. Dead set, better than Devin Bush. While Peterson and Porter can be dynamic, I agree with that. Veteran rookie starting duo at corner. We have, of course, Peterson and Joey Porter. Mike Tomlin should be pleased with the work Omar Khan has done. The winning season should continue with a good shot at the playoff return. Finally, someone, Vinny, mate, where are you? Up here, there. Finally, someone is seeing what Steeler Nation is seeing. That this offseason has been one of the best off seasons in a very long time. So shout out to Vinny, mate, because that was perfect. What you're saying here is perfect. They had weaknesses at on the offensive line. They've shored that up. They've had weaknesses by bringing in Allen. They've had weaknesses also at middle linebacker. You know, bringing in a key vet like Patrick Peterson because they lost Cameron Sutton. Finally, someone is seeing it and not putting so much negativity or hate on the Steelers. They still think the Steelers are going to become fourth. A lot of analysts out there think we're going to win 8 games, 9 games. They don't trust the idea what the Steelers did in the offseason, which makes no sense to me. If you go to the draft, we all know what happened. You have Darnell Washington, you have Joey Porter, you have Keanu Benton, I think is going to play some good snaps this year. Nick Herbig will help out, maybe outside of Marcus Golden and Highsmith, stuff like that. Corey Trice, they've been talking big things about him. Spencer Anderson, he could be your backup center. That might happen. Broderick Jones, fighting him for his spot at left tackle. But it doesn't stop there, right? I want to do it like a thing, man. I think right now, I want to try and just get a bit of a glimpse what we did in the offseason. Now, I am going through a long list. So, first of all, they cut Cameron Sutton. They signed Ogunjobi to a 3-year deal. They bring in Seumalo at left guard there. That's going to happen. Cole Holcomb is going to be a middle linebacker. He's a very physical hitter, also a captain. Patrick Peterson was then signed to a 2-year deal. Nate Herbig comes in to be a backup guard from the Jets. He's happy to be here. Elandon Roberts also signed, Super Bowl champion. He's going to be next to Cole Holcomb and see how that pairing goes. DeMonte Karzee signed a deal. Keanu Neal comes in to be that hard-hitting safety to maybe play that Edmonds role while you play the 3 safety sets. We have Karzee, Minka, and you have maybe Keanu Neal playing middle linebacker as well. And Karzee and Neal played together. Devin Bush was cut. He said, see you later, mate. Goodbye. Not cut. He said, you know what? He didn't get picked up. He's in Seattle. Trenton Scott, whoever that bloke is, he went to Washington. Terrell Edmonds, he's gone to Philadelphia. Steven Sims Jr., now return game. What do the Steelers do with the return game? They'll figure something out. Maybe they put back Calvin Austin there. But Steven Sims, he's see you later, mate. Goodbye. They signed Zach Gentry to a 1-year deal, which is fantastic. Marcus Golden comes in for a 1-year deal to play outside linebacker behind Highsmith and TJ Watt. Fantastic. James Pierre, he could be on the fringe of making the team. but he's a special teams guy. He's on a 1-year deal. Shannon Sullivan, he's the guy on the slot. He played with Peterson. I think that's great. Armon Watts, too, comes in for a 1-year deal. Will he make the team? Not too sure. You then have Malik Reed, did nothing last year. He went, see you later, mate, to Miami. Well, LaRaven Clark's on the 1-year deal. They talk about him being like a swing tackle. He could make the team. Mason Rudolph signed the team to a 1-year deal with the quarterback's third quarterback, which is like now you have Kenny Pickett, Trubisky, and Mason Rudolph. Miles Boykin signs a 1-year deal, and he's the gunner on the outside, chasing down the kicks, right? Go all the way down. J.C. Hassenauer, he's in the New York Giants. They signed Tanner Muse to be a special teams ace, where he's performed over 75% of snaps, I think, on teams, and he's going to be a tackle machine. Then they got Braden Fajoko at the 1-year deal there from LA to Pittsburgh. I think I covered everyone, but if I didn't, it doesn't matter. Right? What I'm saying is I finally am happy to see someone like this bloke in the media that's been covering the sport for 20 years that gives the Pittsburgh Steelers, a good achievement with a grade A, because that's what they've done. All around the park, they've improved the team. And that's why I'm so excited to see this team do well in 2023. They've improved the offensive line. You now have Najee and Warren who can be the 1-2. I think Pittsburgh Steelers put it out there today, lightning and thunder. Bang, bang, see you later, right? They've improved so many key areas. Patrick Peterson, a veteran guy, brought in Joey Porter Jr. to be the cornerback for the next few years. Everything's happening. This team is improved, right? Now, here's the slow down moment, right? Slow down. We have to see what's on the field. We really do. We have to see these players get on the field. At the same time, though, my level of all hype is so far up there. I can't wait for preseason to see these fellas get back at it. I can't wait for game one where they can put some pressure on Brock Purdy and also upset the 49ers. I think this team is in for a pretty big year this year, right? With all those additions coming in, with Pickens and Kenny Pickett second year, I reckon this team is going to show something. So very cool to see that we have someone in the media finally. And I'll try and do my best as well. I might try and do my best to reach out to this bloke, and maybe I'll get like an interview, or maybe I can get him on the channel after I come back from a weekend break. I'll do my best to get Vinnie on. I'll try, because he's finally speaking some common sense, some good knowledge about our Steelers and what we're seeing. Everyone just sits back and goes, "Oh, Steelers haven't done anything the last 4 years in playoff wins. They can't do much. Yada yada. They're a bad team." Kenny Pickett was, through 8 TDs and 9 interceptions. He sucks. He's no good. Patrick Peterson's older. He's slow. He won't be very good. They go down that route. But we know as Steelers fans right now that this team is going to go crazy. Najee Harris might get 100 yards per game behind the offensive line, right? Jalen Warren, I still predict, will get 1,000 yards this season. He might get 60 a game. The 1-2 punch there, with Connor Haywood acting as halfback, fullback, tight end, with Darnell Washington in the red zone, with Freiermuth having a big year, third year too. It's going to be nonstop, man. I'm more excited about this offense than I'm actually excited about the defense this year, and that's crazy. You come back with a healthy TJ Watt, Minka at the backfield, Cameron Haywood. Those trio should hopefully get this team pumped up, ready, confident, and ready to compete in 23, because they're coming for not only the playoffs, they're coming for the AFC North, and it's going to be a good time when we start cheering our team on. So finally, someone's saying it. The Steelers upgraded all their key weaknesses, and the winning season streak should continue with a good shot at a playoff return. That's it. Finally, someone has some good news for our team in 2023. I'll see you guys later.